baby, look at that squad. It is the Roosters taking on the Rabbitohs. We're back at the SFS Football Stadium. We are home. It's Allianz. It's our home, not South Sydney's. Baxter, welcome back to the Gone for 10 show. Subscribers, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm going to let you take this one. Obviously, I'll name the squad because there's no way in hell I'm saying the Rabbitohs squad. So the Roosters squad, it's number 1, James Tedesco. Number 2, Paul Momorowski. Number 3, Drew Hutchison. Number 4, Joey Manu. Number 5, Joseph Suwali. Number 6, Luke Keary. Number 7, Sam Walker. 8 is Hargraves. 9 Lodge. 9 Verrills. 10 Lodge. 11 Angus Crichton. 12 Nate Butcher. 13 Takiaho. 14 Connor Watson. 15 Butcher. 16 Fletcher Baker. And 17 Terrell May. On paper, we are missing a few players. Obviously, Radley concussion, Tupu groin, Collins suspension. There's a few players missing, but I think on paper that is still a solid squad. I'll pop up the Rabbitohs for you to talk over right now because there's no way in hell I'm saying it.
It's a good squad. What do you mean? It's easy pronounced names. You should take it. Mate, you got Latrell Mitchell at fullback. You got Alex Johnson and mate, I don't even know this bloke on screen, but Tane Milner makes the wing. You got Isaiah Tass and Jackson Paulo in your centers. You got Cody Walker, Lachlan Ilias in the halves. Junior Totola and Tom Burgess make up your forwards. You got Silva Havalili. Now, sorry if I've butchered your name. I probably have. He makes the hooker because you've got Cookie still in his ISO period. Then you got Keegan Colo and Jai Arrow as your second row. You're making me laugh now, Tony. Cameron Murray to make the lock. Sorry, people. You got Peter Mamos. You got Mark Nichols, Hame Silly, Michael Cheeky Calm, and Blake Tuff to make the extended bench. Sorry if I pronounced it. Any of those names, I bet you I have. I bet you I can give you $1 for every name I butchered because I'll be broke here.
Obviously, the most notable one there, Damien Cook, obviously sidelined. There was a chance that he would be cleared. Now the Rabbitohs have gone ahead and they haven't named him in this squad, so that could mean one of two things. They've already secured finals football, so they're not going to risk him coming back that close to obviously having COVID. On the second fin, it could mean that he's still having symptoms, and that's why they've just gone, you know what, we're not going to name him. But obviously that is a big out. Again, neither team has to stress about not playing finals football. If anything, they're playing for a home ground advantage in that first round of finals. So for Roosters, obviously Radley, like we said, Tupu out, Collins out, versus Damien Cook out. I think we will go in as favourites. I just look at that squad on paper, and I think if you look back to the game since Luke Keary's moved to 6 and Sam Walker's gone back to the 7, I think we've won almost 90% of those games. We're obviously 7 on the trot. Hargraves has been an enforcer. Lodge, now I'm not saying by the season because he's come in late, but if you were to say top 5 buys of the season for what a team needed, I think this is exactly what the Roosters needed. And with Lindsay Collins obviously being suspended until potentially the grand final, this has to be one of the biggest signings of the season. Maybe not based on performance 100%, but exactly what the team needed.
I think you got rocks in your head because if you're signing for the Roosters, you just got rocks in your head. Go to another club.
No, it's not rocks, it's diamonds, mate. It's diamonds. It's Nick Politis, it's diamonds in your head.
Yeah. You can, whatever you have in your head, you still don't have a brain. Look, this squad is really good. Same one to 17 via not having Lindsay Collins in from last week. It is a good squad. Now, let's just talk hypotheticals here. Say the Storm win, they get 4th. Let's just say you lose and South win. Let's just say it's even by 1. Let's just say it's 1 point South win. South will jump to 5th and then they will play Canberra in the first week and you will trot out to CommBank Stadium against Parramatta for a week 1 final in an elimination final. Now, can this squad win? Can they win this week? Because Really, that's all they need. They just need to win by 1 point, and they get 5th spot if Storm win. And obviously, Storm and Para playing Thursday night. This is going to take the third game of the weekend, being the prime 8 o'clock kickoff on Friday night. I'm leaning towards a Roosters win here, just because you're the home team, it's your stadium. You want to make your footprint. You don't want to have to look back and go, the first game ever NRL game to be played at this new stadium, South's won it. I think that will cut you and the fans a little bit close to the core there. If it wasn't that way, if you said, "Oh, we won our first game at the brand new stadium," it'd be all sweet. So I'm leaning towards a Roosters win here. I see it going down to the wire. I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-point game. A 2-point game. That's my just hypothetical, not including anything that happens elsewhere. This is where I just see the Roosters playing the South Sydney Rabbitohs. It's going to be a 2-point game, but I did back Eels to win 13 plus over the Storm. So in my biased decision, it is going to be the South Sydney Rabbitohs whopping you by 50. You're going to lose this one, and you're going to come out firing against the first week of the finals. That's just my biased opinion. Turn that frown upside down, Tony, and tell me about this team.
I'll tell you what. It's going to hurt, obviously, if they come to the Allianz Stadium, they get the first win. But if we're lifting that, obviously, the Proven Summons come October, I don't think anyone's going to care what happens in this game. Now, again, it's a big result, not for finals football, but it's a big game based on who gets at home final. And that could be the telling difference on who progresses through week one. The Eels, they are brilliant, obviously, at CommBank. South Sydney, they're brilliant at, obviously, the Accor Stadium. But you take on these teams at your home ground. You have your fans there. It's absolutely crazy. It is a sellout. As of about an hour ago, this game is a sellout. So the place is going to be absolutely rocking. The women's game, obviously, will kick off before this. So the Roosters are going to have the women's game. It could go 3-3 against the Dragons. You're then jumping into this game where this could be the game that determines who could make a run into the finals, who takes momentum into the finals. The Roosters, they win this game. They're 8 straight going into the finals. South Sydney win this game. They've beaten the informed team to make the finals. So it is a cracking game. I'm going with the Roosters 1-12. I think it's going to be a close one. I just think Hargraves and Matthew Lodge, they've both set the precedence over the last few weeks. Our forwards have been pushing. I do think we'll see a few changes here. I wouldn't mind seeing Drew Hutchinson move into lock. Kieran at 18 move into that centre position and bring Takiaho back to the bench to have a bit of height and strength on that bench. But I think we're going to overpower him. I think we've got too much talent. Tedesco's firing. Manu's firing. Suali'i, he is firing. Luke Keary has been a new man. It's probably the best football I've seen him play in his career. Unbiased opinion. Sammy Walker, he's sitting back. He's a number 7. He's kind of going, Keary, you show me what you want. I'll do the rest. I just think we're humming at the right time, and I think we get this game 1-12.
I want to ask you a good question here. Obviously, you gained Matt Lodge, what was it, 5 games or 6 games before the end of the season. Let's just say you had Matt Lodge back at game week 1 for you guys. Do you see yourselves pushing for a top 2 spot? Because that's the way you've been playing since you got Matt Lodge, and the way he's elevated his game, not only his game, but the team's game, and he's sort of pushed Jared Hargraves to sort of, hey, you can't slack off because you need to match my effort. And they're just being a powerhouse forward pack. And if they were supposedly were together in game week 1, I wouldn't hesitate to say Jared Hargraves and Matt Lodge are your number 1, number 2 come Allianz for front row of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to agree with you. Obviously, you look at, we're only technically 6 points off that second place. We lost to Newcastle. We lost to the Bulldogs. That's 2 games where if we have another enforcer, we probably win both those games. We're now sitting on 34 points. We're in that contention for a top 2 now. yes, obviously Lindsay Collins is brilliant. We've had our injuries, so it's a tough one. But I think if we had Matt Lodge, we would have had to lose someone else because obviously at the moment we're not paying his whole contract. So I'm happy when Lodge came in, but I think he can push us to a top 2 side if he was in this lineup from the start of the season.
Fair enough.
All right, well, Baxter, you are sticking with a 2-point or a 50-point? Which one are we going with? You got to pick one way.
Fine. Just because you're a Roosters fan, I'm sticking with my 50-point bias decision. South Sydney get the Mickey overuse in your new stadium, and they'll be knocking on the door next door to the NRL going, this is our home's turf, not theirs. Kick them out. Let them find a new stadium. But we'll have to wait and see. Friday night, 8 p.m. kickoff. See you there.
Well, I'll be there. Obviously, Baxter, thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you obviously come the review for Saturday's games.
Peace.